Hi, I'm Tara, and I'm Raven, the Acid Bath Princess of the Darkness. And with us today is Azer. We met at the anime table at lunch today. And no, we didn't. Actually, we've known him for a really long time. And we just didn't notice him because we thought he was a prep. This is Azer, the mime of darkness.
I'm so glad we didn't have access to this kind of technology.
In Tara's room, because today they had drill team tryouts and she didn't make it. So we are going.
They can't see, the audience can't see. He just like
feelings of my
throat slit the camera.
His hand motions are awesome.
I didn't play the full video. They do this the whole song. All right.
Oh, dude, the tears falling down that kid's face.
Just introduce the podcast.
I'm Ren Malone, and thank you for tuning in to the weekly Relapse.
Works out.
You are listening to the Weekly Relapse with your host, Skylar Potter.
The day is done. Let's party, junkies. It's good for your soul. Every now and then just lose control. So please don't be scared. And come and dance if you dare.
What's going on, junkies? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Weekly Relapse. Got Ren. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
I got Thomas again, but you were on the last one today, too.
I was. It wasn't even 2 hours ago.
It was a super fun one, though. With Madison Bonds. You guys make sure to go check that out. Don't forget that intro song is by Beat Bodega out of Austin, Texas. Our good buddy, Sam Quattlebaum.
Woo.
I almost forgot his name, dude.
Samuel
Just
Quattlebaum.
like in my little script, I was like, what was that? I forget who does that.
Beast of a musician.
Yeah, dude. You're an artist, dude. I thought you were a singer before you came over. You do
Only in the shower.
That's crazy, man. Like I work at a tattoo shop, so I can't draw. Like I'm terrible. I don't tattoo or anything like that. I just work the front desk. I'm impressed by people who can do artwork. Have you ever actually drawn like a tattoo for anybody?
I have. I've drawn a few of them, only one of which I know has ever been tattooed on someone, and it's been a long time. It's been years since I've actually tried to draw one. But my best friend in high school, he asked me to draw a Christian-themed tattoo for him and his dad, and so they both got them. They both got it tattooed.
That's kind of a cool feeling, though, to know that you have your artwork somewhere on somebody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a tattoo that regardless of where you lean, that's a tattoo that means a lot to those two people.
I feel really bad sometimes seeing some of the people who do, like, not the people who get tattooed, but some of the choices they're making. Like I see like a 19-year-old kid. Like for instance, my good friend Dunkaroony Dooney, right? He has a slam dunkin'. He has a cross tattooed on his forearm, and he got it when we were still in high school. Like the day he turned 18, he went and got it. He had a tattoo.
Yeah.
Like, it was like one of those cool kids that had a tattoo in high school, you know, and it was like legal. Like he didn't get it at a house; it was professionally done. But he's no longer a man of faith, and he has this giant cross on his arm. And then I see kids come in and get their I saw this dude come in. He must have been like 30, and he was with this chick that was probably like 22, 23, and they got each other's names tattooed on them. And I think this was her first tattoo, and she got his name on her forearm. And I was like, dog, this guy's sleeved out. You don't think he's first off, you don't think he's been in a relationship before? Like, look through all those tattoos. I bet you there's a name you haven't seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they tend to hide them.
Yeah.
I would love to see someone come in and get a tattoo with whatever verse says your body is a temple.
Oh, that would be amazing.
That would be badass.
That would be
I would
great.
get that verse tattooed on me, and I've already got Jesus tattooed on my leg.
I remember whenever I was into faith, dude. Like, we can't spend the whole podcast talking about
into faith like it's a band.
Yeah,
when I was a little kid, before my taste matured.
But I used to be like, your body's a temple, and I'm like, yeah, I get that. I'm just trying to decorate it, right? Because my mom would always be like, you can't get tattoos, it's a temple. And I'm like, you don't understand. Like, I wanted tattoos since I was a kid, like a little kid. I was about them. I don't know if that's like a product of your environment. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
You spend a lot of time grounded. You're just like, I love tattoos.
Sure.
You got a whole lot of time to think about what you do to your body.
Do you?
Yeah, like let's
Do you have
settle on
tattoos?
art.
Yeah. I got my chest, my stomach, and then I got some of my arm done.
Oh wow, yeah. You
Yeah,
do.
it's pretty loaded up.
I'm not. I'm nowhere what's considered to be heavily tattooed, but I have like some of my buddies, dude. Like I know this cat Tyler, and his. I mean, he has his head. Parts of his face are done, but he has his eyelids done, dude.
Holy
and they
shit.
look like real. Like I don't know. He said it took so fucking long and it hurt so bad, but they did realistic eyeballs on the top of his eyelids.
Oh, that's
And so
creepy.
like, dude, when his eyes are closed, they legit look like they're open, and it's fucking scary.
Nope.
He says his daughter will like be talking to him, and he'll wake the fuck up. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Because she
man.
thought he was like paying attention.
I don't want anything that's going to be just off-putting for people to look at me all the time.
Well, it's one of those things
aside
like
from my own
whenever he
face.
does it, like you're looking at the work, you're like, oh my god, that's amazing, dude. That looks really good.
Sure.
And you're so into like you're looking at when he opens his eyes, it's kind of like whoa, like your brain's like his eyeballs are there. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
like they look so fucking real.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude.
I mean, that's cool. It sounds like great artwork.
Yeah, it's really badass, man.
Well, yeah,
Wow.
that's always been a line for me is it can be spectacular artwork. Unless you're gonna go balls out and your life and your career and your future does not give a shit what you look like. I've always recommended keep your shit coverable.
I guess it's because I'm in that world. It's not that big a deal to me. If you let's say right now you're gonna get a bad tattoo, like not like is an artwork bad, but like just a horrible mistake. Like you're gonna be like, fuck, I probably shouldn't have done. Or people are at least gonna look at it like you shouldn't have done that,
Yeah.
right? But it's something you really want. What would you get? Like, what are you gonna get? Like
I'm choosing a bad one.
Yeah, like one that society. Like it doesn't have to be on your face. Like I'm talking like okay, like Will Ferrell was like got a full length back tattoo, the Hawaiian Punch guy, like one of those things. Like you know what I mean? Like what are you gonna get?
Man,
Like a full back piece of like a Mickey's bottle.
Can I tell one that I see, like, I still legitimately think is cool? I just don't think I'll ever fucking get.
Yeah.
is it the life-death tattoo?
No, God, no. So for those who don't know, I'm a poet. I'm a big fan of haiku, 5 syllable, 7 syllable, 5 syllable. I would like to take 4 fingers on my right hand and do 5 syllable lines and 7 syllable lines on my left hand and make sure that all of them can combine. So I can pick 3 fingers and have a fully functioning haiku.
That sounds kind of cool, though.
That'd be cool.
But I'm gonna have to be fully covered before I tattoo my fucking hands.
See, that's the thing is I like hand tattoos, dude.
Yeah?
Like,
they're cool.
Dude, I
I'm
like
just scared.
fucking throat tattoos, dog. Like if it's a well done throat tattoo, not just like I got like Olivia on this side of my neck, and then I got like whoops with like a fucking Dallas Cowboy star right
Like
here.
a big
Like,
ol' Adam's apple piece.
dude, I'm talking like, dude, it's all one solid idea, like a kraken strangling you, or a fucking, or it's like a whole theme of like I'm stuck on pirates for some reason. But you feel what I'm saying? Like it's just
Like a peg leg or like a hook hand
Yeah,
or
yeah,
a parrot.
yeah.
Just
Like
a hook
some
hand in
pirate-
one and a
some
parrot on the
pirate
other side.
bitches, dude. Pirate bitches get a parrot. Like I've seen people with a pencil tattooed behind their ear.
Get those
Oh,
mud
nice.
flap girls around your neck.
Yeah.
There are plenty of things out there that I think would be cool for a while, but there's just nothing I love enough to want it permanently tattooed on me, you know?
Yeah, there's a girl that came in when I was getting tattooed to get a lip tattoo covered up, and she had cockpit tattooed inside of her lip.
Good lord.
That was hilarious.
That's
I wasn't.
a
It
jump
was not at my
tattoo.
work. That was like when I was 18. I was getting tattooed at the Baboon, I think. Yeah, that was fucking hilarious. This guy I know has George Washington from the dollar bill tattooed on the back of his like head and neck
Good
area.
lord.
It's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
I've seen some crazy tattoos, man. Like it's still, and it blows my mind how many people still want racist tattoos. Like you will get like
Is that
people
an
will
issue?
people will
Rebel flag or
ask, people
something?
will straight up ask. Like they'll be like, and
Looking for
they're
bolts
they're
and
real
stuff?
subtle. They're like going off prices and stuff, and like they want bolts, or they'll be like, they'll ask like how much to do a swastika like on my cheek, or some shit like that, and we're like we just can't do that. We're not gonna do that, dude. Because
Yeah.
like we're gonna be like we're like, one person, where'd you get that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all
That's
it takes
a-
to fucking crumble a business.
Especially like in 80. How long has the body art been open?
Oh,
It's a
dude, forever.
long time.
Yeah, it's been.
Like,
I
my
didn't get like a
parents
crash
remember-
course on like, like when you work for Papa John's, they tell you how it became about. They're like,
Yeah.
dude, Papa John sold his Camaro that way he could open up a. Like, I swear to God, they make you learn all that shit. Like I had to do it twice. So I
Really?
worked there twice. Yeah.
Chili's was the exact same way.
But like,
do they have to go through the history of like the losing the NFL endorsement and all that?
no, I
too?
didn't work there after all that. But
Papa John got way too close with
they
the
tell you
Manning.
his life story, bro. They tell you like how he started doing this and then it took off, so he sold his car to keep it going, and then it got better, and then he opened up this many stores, and then now he has this many stores, and then he made enough money to buy the
Be the
Camaro,
card back.
that he
Yeah.
sold to get the business started. Like they make you learn all of that shit. dude.
Wow.
And there's no pictures of him hammered on those tests, right? And he's talking to you. He's like, I'm Papa John. Like,
Oh man.
I hate corporate shit, dude.
I do too.
Like,
do too.
worst corporate job you've ever worked. Like I know mine, but what was like the without a doubt just the stupid fucking rules, you know?
Worst corporate job. I would say as far as like the training and stuff goes, the Home Depot.
Really?
Just because I had
That's
to
a
do so
ton
much
to
of it,
know.
and it's a lot of like, hi, welcome to the Home Depot. Let me take you down this aisle, and just like
dude.
Those are little video
hours,
segments.
And who
hours
thinks that's a
of
good
those.
fucking idea, man? You know, I would learn so much faster walking around with Brad.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Brad-
like
Take
hey,
me down the aisle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
show me what the hell a lug nut is.
Yeah, dude. Instead of like on the Papa John's ones, dude, they're so fucking stupid. They'll make you build a pizza on the like basically the same way you would do it online to make your own pizza.
Click this,
Just-
drag it.
Yeah.
Just have me build a
And
pizza in
well,
the place.
what they'll do is they'll be like, Jessica ordered, you know what I mean?
Oh no.
A supreme with
Jessica.
no black olives and extra cheese.
It's
now,
like you're back in high school taking a.
and you,
like a
they have like
math
little hands, dude,
word
and you go
problem.
grab pepperoni and you drop it on there and it sprinkles it across the whole thing. And you grab onions and then you gotta grab a second helping because she had extra onions. And like, they walk you through every stupid step.
Ugh.
I couldn't believe I got the job the second time. When I was in the interview, the guy was like, "Well, you'll have to ride with a driver for a couple runs, and then I'll run with you just to make sure you got your script down." And I go, "Let's be adults here, bro. This is taking pizza to people's houses.
Yeah.
It's not that hard of a job."
No.
Like, you know what I mean? It's
If
not
you get
that
a
hard.
phone call in 45 minutes because they haven't gotten their pizza, let's have a conversation.
Yeah, then you can do a ride along. See what, like, am I smoking crystal? What am I doing?
Yeah.
But
Smoking
like,
Crystal delivering half the pizza to the wrong house because you ate half.
dude, that like I always wanted to try to like snag a piece and like see if you could like fold, like get the pizza to just
I thought you were
look a
gonna
little
say you
smaller.
always wanted to try to smoke crystal.
Oh no, I've
Have
done that.
you
I tried
seen-
that.
Have you seen the chocolate bar?
Not all that cool. You throw up on yourself sometimes.
Have you seen the chocolate bar? You can cut one full piece out of a chocolate bar and smush it together, and it's the same size.
Yeah, how does that work?
So it's an optical illusion.
It's not the same size.
No, it's a full amount of a square of a chocolate bar, but it's cut in such a specific way that when you slide that piece back in, it fits. And it's hard to tell that any of it's missing without comparing it to another one.
Yeah, yeah. So it's not the same
So,
size, but it looks the same.
theoretically, you could probably do that with a circle.
Yeah, but,
You could probably get away with stealing a slice of pizza.
but it's
from
like
somebody.
on what level of like what? I don't know, man.
You'd have to have your own slicer in the car and do a little bit of mental math.
This is how you get back. Like this is like the way you'd get back at like Papa John's. You know what I mean? Like having a shitty day. They're fucking running you like you're getting like runs all the way the fuck out to the middle of nowhere, getting no tip, and then when you come back into town, the
Yeah.
run in front of you is like next door, and they made $20.
Yep.
And then you
Oh,
hit
yeah.
another run all the way the fuck out in the middle of nowhere. This is how you get back at them. You just like you grab a drink, you like on your way out the door, like it's for the customer. You know what I mean? You just go Pepsi like that and just fucking walk out, and then you just drink that shit on the way there.
Pepsi ain't worth my
Nice.
gas
And
or
you-
time.
You're not supposed to fucking smoke cigarettes, I guess. I chiefing them, you know.
Yeah.
I was smoking weed. I was,
Dude, I'm on the fucking road. I got a beer. I got a bowl.
yeah, there's like I was driving with my knees half the time, like
I'm
listening to
texting.
podcasts.
Fucking-
That's the only reason I really liked it. It was like, okay, it's you're at work, but dude, you're in your car.
You're kind of on your time.
You know, and I maybe smoked pot once or twice. It wasn't like every fucking day, but yeah, there's times where I'm like having a bad day. I was like, fuck it.
Man, podcasts were the best thing to happen to work in years.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like, what a great way to
Podcasts and
just
audiobooks.
make the time
Well,
fly.
stand up. Stand up's another good one because
Yeah.
like road trip. Let's go off for like a road trip. If you're listening to stand up, you're hitting anywhere from like 5 minute to 20, maybe even an hour long special, right? Like so you're listening. When you're listening to music, especially if you're like running it yourself, like you're choosing songs individually, or like you're choosing CDs or something like that. You're just not listening to the radio.
Yeah.
You know, like every 4 minutes.
Yeah,
is,
4 minutes
is
to
that
45 minutes if you got an album you love the whole thing.
Yeah, so an hour or so, an 8 hour trip, you're gonna go through a lot of fucking music. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna listen to a lot of things probably multiple times. You're probably gonna listen to everything twice.
Sure.
Whereas you can listen to stand up and it just makes time fly by. Like an hour long, you're like, holy shit, we were driving for an hour. I didn't stop because I wasn't bored. You know what I mean? I didn't.
Yeah.
See, Garrett and I would do like half music or comedy or so, and then half like a book that we could agree on.
That's a good idea.
And especially audiobooks of short stories, fucking perfect because you never know when they're gonna end.
That and
they're 20
Sirius
to 45
XM has
minutes
this
long.
dumb thing where they don't make you prove, I don't think, that you're a college student. Because they're like, you get a discount if you're in college. We're like, cool, we're in college. They're like, right on, dude, right on.
The heck yeah,
That's
you
what's
are,
up.
man. Everybody's in college.
And it just said 10, it's $8, dude.
I
There
did
you
that
go.
with Spotify for a little bit.
Yeah.
Until I tried to disconnect my Facebook from it because I wanted to get rid of Facebook for a bit there. And then as soon as
Spotify really
Were you
good.
able
got
to
back
do it?
onto Spotify, it brings up Facebook again.
Were you able to get away from Facebook or like social media? Have you ever like taken a hiatus?
Now I just don't check Facebook very often.
Like
you
how
know?
often? Like
I mean,
3 or 4 times a day.
Probably still somewhere around in there, but the amount of time that I spend on the actual site is way, way down than what it would have been before.
Man, it's
just-
dangerous, dude.
I know. When I wake up in the morning, it's probably the last bit of social media I check now, where it used to be it was the very first thing I would look at every day.
Yeah.
It's just too... It's just not... I don't like it
I
anymore.
think Instagram is better.
Oh, yeah.
I think
for
Instagram
sure.
is better.
That's
No
my
one's
main-
pushing an agenda.
Yeah.
Do you think it's I can only say so much with a picture versus it's so tempting to hit those 3 little dots.
Well,
After read more and see what the fuck you
I think
Well-
what it is that with Facebook, if somebody sends you a friend request or if you unfriend somebody or something, it's personal. It feels personal.
Yeah.
But on Instagram, like I want my feed to be art and stuff that I am interested in.
I get kinda
visually,
mad
so
about that
I don't
shit,
want to see
though.
people's kids and stuff.
I get
I'll-
just as mad
I'll
at
unfriend 'em.
Instagram though because I don't look at my follower count on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like I never check my
true.
follower count. So if I get unfriended, it's usually like I tried to tag them in something,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, I didn't
I
even.
could have sworn that we were friends.
Yeah, and I usually send them a friend request because I didn't even know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas on Instagram, I'm trying to climb. I'm trying to get to fucking. I hit 400 finally because I'm bad at social media. You know what I mean? Like I don't understand how to gain followers.
Well, when you're like younger than us, the people younger than us, it existed when they were in high school and everything, and so like I think it's so much easier for all of them to have gathered all
I
these
just want to get some
followers and
fucking
everything.
Instagram followers, dude.
Yeah.
And like, 'cause I do a lot of promotion and stuff on there, and like, I hit 400, like day before yesterday, and I was like, awesome.
You
like,
just gotta hashtag the
awesome.
shit out of everything.
yeah, and I forget to do that shit too.
Yeah.
But then the next day I had a notification. It's like you got 2 new followers. I was like, fuck yeah! I opened it up. I'm at 399 with my 2 new ones. I was like, God
It
damn
happens,
it!
like,
it's so
it's all the
fucking
time like
impossible.
Was
Yeah.
it? And on the note of it being personal, or it feels personal when you unfriend someone. May I ask how old you are?
30.
30. Oh shit.
Yes.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh dicks. Yeah, and you were saying it was out in high school, and it was like it was out like my junior year.
Dude, yeah, no, see, I'm 28.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
See,
And
He's the kid here. He's 20.
I'm 26. I'll be,
okay, I was gonna say you're 20. My God.
I'll be 27 on Friday.
It's crazy to think that, like, when we were kids, dude, 30 looked old. Like, I thought 30, like, when you saw, like, when you
Yeah.
saw someone, like, 60, you were like, that guy's 30 years old.
Was-
You know what I mean? And
that kind of maybe builds up on my point a little bit. I felt like when I was younger, unfriending someone from MySpace or Facebook or something, then it felt personal.
Yeah.
But I'm at the point right now, and I hope that everybody treats me the exact same way. If I unfriend you, it's because it's one of those moments where I'm just flipping through friends and I'm like, who the fuck haven't I talked to in like 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
I don't need you on here anymore.
I won't
don't need you here on anymore. If you have a problem with me and that's why you're unfriending me, at least tell me.
Sure.
Like if it's like we got into a fight like physically a week ago and you unfriend me, I totally understand why you don't like me.
Well, see,
But if it's just I haven't talked to Thomas and I think he's kind of a prick, fuck you.
my
At
thing
least
is,
tell
like,
me I'm a prick.
I just assume if I get, like, if I notice someone unfollowed me, or if they even, I've had people tell me, like, dude, I had to unfollow you. Like, in person. I think I've had someone tell me on the podcast, I had to stop following you on Facebook. I was like, why? They're like, you just post, you're not mean, but you're dark. Like, and like, I know it comes from a place of comedy, but there's times where I'm in a bad place,
And I don't need to see.
and you're
That's the
shitting
last
on
shit
that
I need to
topic,
see.
and
Sure.
yeah, you're shitting on that topic, knowing it's funny, but like, I got mad in that moment and deleted or like
I can have
whatever,
respect for that.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
they'll tell me it's like it's nothing personal. It's just like that one time it got me, and I was like, you weren't the only one. I hit like 9 people that day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was a weird day, and then when I thought about it, that's why I sent you the friend request. Like, have you ever had like a friend that you've known for years, definitely been on Facebook with friends with, and they send you a friend request? And you're like, dude, I was messaging you yesterday, like that shit.
Yeah.
And like I don't know.
Yeah.
Usually they're just you have to give it to them. Like you never know. It's like road rage. You never fucking know what that person just went through.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I
Especially
mean?
when you're broadcasting to fucking what's the average, like 200 friends or so?
Oh, I think I'm around 2,000.
Oh, word.
I think nowadays too, there's
I keep mine
just
pretty
this
trimmed.
environment online of just wanting to be outraged about everything, and I think that a lot of times is a part of it. Is like just ready to be outraged about why somebody unfriended you or whatever, and
Everybody
I think it's
wants
better
to
just not to
be
take
the
it
victim,
personal.
dude.
Oh yeah,
Like it's like the 2018, the year the victim, like the year the victim wins every time.
yeah, it's disgusting.
Like for a good example is the hard hat guy. Like
Who is that?
I flipped out on him more than I should have. I played
No, you
victim to
didn't.
that.
No, you didn't.
I swear I
Okay,
could
no, you
I
didn't. I'm gonna disagree with
I
you.
knew I
We'll
could
tell
handle
the
it better.
story, but I
Okay.
disagree with you.
I was just telling a joke on stage. The hard hat right behind you, actually.
Okay.
My dude sitting up front. I was doing a bit about skydiving. You want to tell it? You have a better grasp. I got angry
Okay.
so fast.
Where was this at?
The
So
806.
this is the 806 is
Okay.
open mic. Skylar's doing his comedy set. You're what, maybe 7 minutes in?
Maybe 8, 9. I was pushing for. I was trying to hit
Probably about
10,
10, 12.
and
or so.
I was wrapping it up. I was like 40 seconds maybe from being done.
Okay.
Not to step on a joke, but the gist of it is, I really don't think I'm that scared of skydiving if you really think about it, because you've got a guy strapped to your back for the first like 10 jumps. He doesn't want to die either.
Sure.
Unless like it's the day that Jessica broke up with him. And it's a better joke than I tell it, but it's
Okay.
all about skydiving and not being afraid. There is this character in like a pink tank top. Did you tell me he had a chihuahua?
He had a white he had a white tank top. It was just fucking dirty. He had not a chihuahua. He had a goddamn pit bull out front with a
Wait,
full chicken.
a white tank top and a pit bull is totally different than a
So-
pink
so
tank top and a chihuahua.
a dirty tank top, and like a not like
But hold on, the dog had chicken, like a raw chicken, not like a chicken leg, like a raw chicken. Like the biggest piece of chicken. I don't know if it was a rotisserie chicken. And he was like, "It's yours, Max," or whatever. But he just tied it around his neck. He was
Okay.
telling people not to eat. Don't eat that chicken. It's not cooked. We're like, yeah, we can. First off, we can smell it.
We're not going to take the chicken away from your pit bull's neck.
Yeah, and the pit bull, it was a great dog. The dog was beautiful. She was a little sweetheart. She wasn't aggressive at all.
Nice.
And that's where I think I kind of fucked up. Is the guy was like, "Are you going on tonight?" Asking me. And you told me later that don't take that too seriously because he thought.
Me and this gentleman Caleb were outside having a cigarette before the show, and this is about the first time that I'd seen this character.
Okay.
This kid Caleb's got a big old beard. He's a heavier guy. Get that image in your head, brunette.
Well dressed.
Yeah, well dressed.
Very well dressed. Like
Okay, I know who
suspenders and
Caleb
shit.
is.
Yeah, this transient guy walks up and goes, "You two into rock and roll music?" Yeah, man. Why? And he points to Caleb and goes, "Who's he the brother of?" I don't know, man. Who's the brother of? You know, like
Yeah.
smoke on the water. And we look at him, we're like, Deep Purple? He goes, no, it's not Deep Purple. It's a ride in that train, high on cocaine. We're like, Grateful Dead. Do you think he's Jerry Garcia's brother? Jerry Garcia's dead, and he died at like 67. No, he's not his brother.
So at this point, they think he's crazy, and I think he's like a fan.
Okay.
Because he's like, "You're going on, dude. You crushed. You lit the room up." And now I'm not even sure if he thinks I'm a comedian or a rock star. You know what I mean? Like, does he think I did music
Yeah.
while we were out there
Kurt
talking?
Cobain could have
Confusing.
So
dyed
I had
his
my hair down. You know what I mean? And like a lot of people think I'm in a band because I have long hair. but so I was like, all right. He goes and puts his dog up. I'm doing my set. He didn't even watch it until like the last 2 minutes. I get into that bit about the skydiving, and at one point I talk about hitting my head on like in a bungee jumping, like you can hit your head.
Sure.
And so he goes, and the crowd's cracking up. It's like mid laugh, and he starts talking to me, and I go, shut up, like shut. Like I wouldn't let him talk to me.
Yeah.
And then I talked for a second, and as soon as I made eye contact with him again, he goes, they're coming after your head. Wear this, and he threw the fucking hard hat up at me. And instead of
No,
just
it was
He
in
just
case you fall.
He just had a top hat on
And
him.
the hard hat.
Hard hat.
Yeah.
He just
Or, I
had
mean,
that
hard
hard hat
hard
on
hat.
him.
Yeah.
Top hat. I was thinking of Caleb.
So
Not viciously, but frisbeed it
yeah,
at him.
yeah. And so I could have caught it, put it on, and made a joke, but I was like, this guy's gross. I'm not wearing his hat.
Yeah.
And then I got mad because I was like, dude, now I'm not like before. This is as it's still arcing. I had all this. I was like, now I'm not gonna be able to finish this joke.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way I can hop back in. Like that was at a point where there's like I have to continue now. There's no breaking away and jumping back in. Like it'd be weird if it was like in the middle of a bit, but like at the very end, I'm not gonna get my tags now.
Yeah.
And then I caught it and I fucking threw it right back at him,
Like,
in one motion.
Oh, nice.
Back down.
And then I started like I
That's kinda
realized
badass.
I realized I was in front of a fucking audience, so I was like, that was fucking weird, right? Like I'm not to try to see if they're on my side because I thought I overreacted.
Yeah.
And then I was like, that's it. That's the end of my set. And I storm out. And then he's sitting on the floor. And he goes, he's not looking at me. He's looking past me. He goes, dude, just sit down. And I was like, no, you fucking sit down, which is the dumbest shit. He's already sitting down. And then I just storm outside. And turns out, like, they kick him out. And he has no problem leaving. He doesn't put up a fight. He's like, you can tell he's, like, weirded out.
Mhm.
Turns out Matt runs into him the next day. He was on mushrooms.
Oh,
And so I
shit.
ruined his trip. So I felt even worse about that. But Matt was like, you're the guy who threw the hard hat at my buddy on stage. And he's like, I don't own a hard hat. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, I was on mushrooms. Like, so he found that hard hat somewhere or stole it from somebody in the middle of it's a trip hat.
Good lord. And you still have it here now.
Yeah, it's a
man.
trophy.
Nice.
It's a trophy.
Yeah, so the reason I say you weren't unjustly rude or anything is you tossed it. It took me about 3 full seconds after you caught it and threw it, because you caught it, threw it, you screamed, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, okay, action, because I'm the host. So I fucking hop in like a fucking UFC referee. Like,
Yeah,
in
'cause
between,
there was-
I don't
It
think
doesn't
Skyler's
sound
gonna
like you
swing.
overreacted.
Well, see,
But
everyone
I don't
was
know
like,
what he's gonna do.
everybody in the crowd was like, I'm surprised you didn't beat him up, like jump on him. I'm surprised. And I guess because that's the energy I brought when I said, what the fuck was that? Like, I brought this, like, all right, so now me and
Like
you are
you
going to get to know each
escalated
other
it?
a lot better. You know what I mean? Yeah, I thought that was my overreaction.
Okay.
And then the throwing it, I also think. But then
The throwing was just fine. The what the fuck was that was just fine.
just put
I-
yourself
I
in my
run-
situation, though, where you're like, I'm holding a goddamn microphone, and I was crushing before. Like, I was having a really good set. I wasn't crushing, but I had everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like one of my best sets, but I had them. And I was doing
You were doing just
relatively
fine.
new
Right,
material minus that bit. That was the only old shit I brought with me because I wanted to work on it because I had a show like a day or two from then that
Yeah.
I wanted to use it in. So I needed to get it a little polished up
How often do you change up your material?
as often as I can.
Is
I
it
don't-
like you add a little bit each show and get rid of a little bit each show, or
Sometimes I'll okay, that's a great question.
Yeah, what's
Rotation
what's
would probably be the
process?
better answer, maybe.
I have I have jokes that I'm really excited to be doing, and I always want to take those because I have fun while I'm doing them.
Yeah.
And then so they'll be in there for a while, but then I have to drop those because I've said them a lot. And then I have short jokes that I rotate. Like I have openers that I rotate with, and then I have little short jokes that I rotate with. And then I just go through and I just basically I'll look at a list of jokes that I have, and I'll go through set lists, and I'll have them all set out when I'm trying to make a set.
Yeah.
And I'll go and I'll just kind of look for them. Just look for ones I like, or ones I haven't done in a while that I like, or look for like what I'm really looking for are ones I've done too much. You know what I
I
mean?
see.
So
You're
that way
looking
I
for
don't,
what you need to
because I don't
cut.
want to write those down.
You don't want to get stale.
So
Yeah.
so if I try not to. Now this a couple weeks ago is a bad example because we had like 4 shows in 1 week, and that was my practice. So I did that set at every. I mixed it up a little bit. Like I add a joke here, take it like the show I was most excited about. I did a joke about my friend Andy, and it just didn't
Didn't land.
didn't do what I want. And that was another show where everyone's like, "Dude, you did great." And I'm like, I couldn't hear you guys laughing. You know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
soul crushing.
Sure.
Like whenever people are laughing, and like you can tell they're laughing, but you're not They're like instead of like ha, like you're going for those fucking deep
belly laugh.
and so like you don't count them. You count them like the way you count rounds, like when you hear a gunshot. You know what I mean? You're like, boom. You're like, all right. Well, I hope if it's a gun, I think I know they have 4 left. You know what I mean? It's like kind of like those. So like you get 3 in, and then you're in your head. You're like, all right. Well, I have 4 more jokes. I got at least 2 more of those. Booms. You know what I mean? And then whenever you're ready for it to boom and it doesn't, it's literally like
Who was the?
someone
Your
threw a
gun
glass
mi-
of
your
water
gun
in your
misfired,
face.
like,
It's like
yeah.
someone threw a fucking someone put a loud piece of dynamite. Fucking those little poppers underneath your toilet seat. It hits you and boom, and you're like you're legit lost for a second.
Who was the comedian that just passed away? Like, just this past week. He was 40 years old. He had like severe arthritis,
Ooh.
and he died of like a heart attack and a stroke.
Can you look that up? Hey Jamie, can you look that up for
It's
me?
like, man, I wish I knew his name.
Ricky Ticky Tom Tom's on it.
Anyway,
I gotta
we'll get the name here in a second, but he had this great. I watched some clips of him because I'd never heard of him.
Yeah,
he was great.
Do you have like a joke maybe
Well, it was the thing I was gonna say that was relevant to the discussion was he has this whole set and he finished it, and at the end everybody started applauding him, and he's like he said shove your applause up your fucking ass, I want your laughs. And I thought that was such a great way to deal with the crowd.
He was only 40?
Yeah, he definitely had some health problems.
Damn. It wasn't like Josh Blue or nothing, was it?
No.
Oh God, I'd hope not. Josh Blue has a whole lot
Because
more
he has
than arthritis going on.
cerebral palsy.
Yeah,
It's crazy that I don't like. And I probably heard about it. And when you say it, I go, "Oh fuck, yeah, him." But yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I'm not finding anything either.
God damn it.
Was he fat?
No,
Damn it.
he was bald.
I was going with Ralphie
And
May.
white.
Like, I was
Well,
like,
yeah,
that was a
but
while back.
Ralphie May was 2017.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a while back. But
The closest one that I can think of right now is Mitzi Shore, but she's not even a comedian. She's just queen comedy.
yeah, we can come back to it. We'll
Yeah,
figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Well, if we find out, if we don't say it on the podcast, I'll do what I can. And you guys read the descriptions. You know, I lie every time I tell you I'm gonna do something in the description. I'm always like, I'll leave that in the description, and then by the time I forget the podcast.
If
by
you're
the end of
terribly
it.
worried about it, do better Googling than we can.
Yeah, 'cause
Yes.
yeah, that's pretty much it. But dude, it's crazy the amount of celebrity deaths and stuff. And like, right now, dude, I don't know if anybody listening knows Legend Larry, dude. He used to live here in town. He recently moved away. He had one lung Larry. He passed away today. But he was a bad motherfucker.
Man,
He was one of the coolest people I ever met in my fucking life, dog.
And he was a comedian?
No, he was just a human
bad
being, just a
motherfucker.
bad motherfucker. Dude, for real, he gave me like my first dab. He was taking dabs with one lung. He was a fucking
shit.
beast of a human being.
I can't do dabs with 2 lungs.
Yeah, he was baller, dude. Brett introduced me to him. It was
Word.
one of her friend's dads.
Okay. One
Super
lung
cool
Larry.
dude. My heart goes out to the family. especially-
R.I.P..
But yeah, he was. It's one of the guys that you can look at who passed away, and you're like, he lived the fucking life he wanted to.
Yeah.
He fucking definitely lived the life he wanted to. Like, you know what I mean? Like he didn't change anything for his health problems. Like he'd be like, I mean, this is me. Like, I mean, he changed up, so he diet, I imagine, stuff like that. But
yeah.
he wanted to hang out with his daughters. They'd go to the bar, hang out. He'd smoke cigarettes.
Go to the
fucking-
bar, hang up.
He was a cool, yeah. He was genuinely. I never saw him in a bad mood. Like always, just fucking smiles, happy, laughing, motherfucker, dude. It was cool.
Yeah.
There's some nobility to people.
I found
like
out
that.
right after the last podcast, actually, whenever Brett called me.
Damn.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just crazy the amount of I guess the older you get, man. Like we've lost friends. I've lost a lot of friends like in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Like the last 4 year chunk, it's insane.
I found his name.
What's his name?
It's Sean Rouse. I believe is how you say it.
Sean Rouse.
Sean Rouse.
I guess I'm not familiar.
Yeah, I'm not aware.
He
of it.
opened for a lot of big
Do
comedians.
you
I've
have a
just
picture of
never-
him?
Well, just this right here.
Oh, I saw, dude. I saw a picture of him. A lot of people were. Yeah, I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
But they had a really sad fucking photo of him, super skinny, bald. I think 'cause he was
Oh,
going
man.
through chemo or something. And he was looking out of like a window with like some earbuds in.
Yeah,
And-
yeah, he's done some stuff on TV. I think he might have done something on Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. You said you looked up some of his stuff.
Yeah. Because anytime, there are so many comedians.
There's
and they
so
die,
many.
Like,
There's
a lot of
people
times
out
it's just
there
like, oh, I never heard of this
who
person.
are into fucking comedy and have never listened to Bill Burr. You know what I mean?
That's insane.
There's people out there who are into comedy who have never listened to a set from Joe Rogan. There's so much, and then you find your niche. I mean, Joe Rogan and Bill Burr might be a little too heavy on that one, but you get what I'm saying. Like, what was the guy who passed away who used to do the roasts?
Greg Giraldo.
Greg Giraldo,
Yeah.
right? There's definitely comics who have never listened to Greg Giraldo.
Yeah, I was listening to Joe Rogan not too long ago, and he was probably talking to Joey Diaz, or maybe it was Ari, but they were debating how many comics there are on the road right now that could easily kill an hour special if
And-
only they had that little bit more spotlight. Like maybe they've done an episode of a sitcom here,
Oh, dude.
or like a 15-minute special.
What about
here.
Mo Alexander?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mo Alexander, Ron Babcock,
They said there's
JT Habersat, Brian Ziola.
Easily over 1,000 comedians touring the U.S.
Any
right
person
now that
who
could
is
kill it. They
going
just
to Altercation
don't
Festival.
have the big deal.
Like any of the fucking headliners on Altercation could easily do it now. Dude, are you kidding me? What's his fucking
They'll
name?
do it. Fuck the money. They'll do it for the name.
Oh, Derek Sheen. Derek Sheen is a beast, bro. Sam Talent.
Sam Talent.
Sam Talent would kill an hour.
And Sam Talent would kill an hour, and then he'd dick around for another 30 minutes.
Yeah, Sam Talent is unbelievable. Like when
Crowd work, improv.
when I worked with him in Colorado, while he was on stage, Kyle Poe walks up to me and goes, "Dude, I saw Dave Chappelle 2 weeks ago. He's fucking better." Right?
That's a
Like,
fucking compliment.
That's a
damn.
compliment, and that's going for clearly the material Dave's working on right now. That was
Yeah.
like, I mean, it's not saying
Yeah.
better overall. You know what I mean? Like Dave Chappelle's clearly the superior comic as far as like,
Oh,
is-
yeah, he's great.
Isn't what everything he's done, but what he was saying is like, dude, in the for the last 2 weeks, I've been able to see Dave Chappelle. I've been able to see Sam Talent, and my opinion is in the last 2 weeks, Sam is crushing it. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
And that's fucking
Good for Sam.
yeah, dude, he's unbelievable. And he's huge.
He's
so tall.
How long have you been doing stand-up now?
I have to be going on a little over 3 years.
It was
About
like
3 years.
about 3 years, like
Yeah.
on the dot, if not a little bit more.
Do you ever think of moving somewhere else?
Absolutely, every fucking day of my life, bro.
Yeah.
Every fucking day of my life.
Yeah.
It's hard. First off, I'm broke. You know what I mean? It's hard to move.
I know how that is.
Confidence is a factor, right? Am I going to be able to do it? I have a girlfriend who has a job, you know.
Sure.
I have 3 dogs. I got a car payment. It's just fucking, and like,
It's a lot.
I know what I need to do is just do it, right? Like that's all I'm saying are excuses to not go.
Yeah.
I need to get over that, and like I tried once. I went to Denver. Like what I'm doing now to help me with that is I'm trying to do out of town gigs,
Mm-hmm.
but that's equally, if not more expensive, because I'm not moving there and then have stage time for a while. I'm driving there and getting 20 minutes and then coming home. And so like I was supposed to be in Austin this last week, and I wasn't able to make it on Friday.
Oh,
I was supposed to drive down Thursday. I just didn't have the money.
And
you
you
know
were
what I
going to do some stand-up down there?
Yeah, they even put it in like the Austin Chronicle.
Oh, fuck.
My fucking name.
Yeah.
That's the first
Damn.
thing I fucking saw on Facebook that day. I was like,
That's
"God
rough.
Damn it, man." Yeah, like
It's tough, though. I'm in the same boat. I would very much like to get out of this area.
where would you go? Like for your style of art? I mean,
Well, you had my brother on your podcast before, Stuart
like, yeah.
Cowan.
Oh my God, that's your
I
brother.
didn't know you were.
Yeah.
That's your fucking brother.
We fucking love
Dude,
Stuart.
Stuart is
We
the
fucking
shit,
love
bro.
Stuart.
I was getting mad at him for leaving the other day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got mad at him on the mic on the stage at the open mic.
Yeah.
And he was like, "That's my last
That's
time,"
your-
and I was, "Hold up, what?"
Yeah,
I'm going fuck.
That's where I thought the singing thing. That makes so much sense now.
that does.
But,
yeah.
dude-
Hey, it looks a lot more like Stuart than Tua.
Dude,
It's just the bangs.
Stuart's the shit, bro. Yeah. Okay. Not to like take the light away from you. Go ahead. Sorry. We got really pumped for that, dude.
Yeah, we knew you were fucking connected. We're just
We're like, dude. No, Stuart. Yeah, when I had him on, that was like without a doubt, like my favorite podcast I've ever done.
Really?
Without a doubt, hands
Yeah.
down, the funnest one.
I listened to it. It was great.
and like I felt bad because I couldn't stop cussing, and he's such a nice guy. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
so nice.
He is. He's a very, very humble, very nice guy.
Super humble.
Incredibly talented.
It's
You don't hear a whole lot. I give him a hard time. I tell him he sounds a little bit like Kermit, but it's only because he sounds a little bit like Kermit.
I tell him he should do every
But
time I
tell
talk to
him,
him.
you're more Morrissey than Kermit, and that's when he's like, "Oh."
I told him
like
to start
Morrissey.
doing some Fallout covers from like the games.
oh really?
Because like his style fits that like essence. And
He's
then, like,
definitely not a gamer, so I can't imagine him doing that. But
yeah, I've asked him 100
If
times.
he
Just
got
like,
introduced to the music, though, I think he might be into it.
yeah.
dude, that's what we're gonna play. We're gonna play some of your brother's music whenever
Yeah,
I play
sure.
some songs. Yeah, dude.
But
But go back to what you're saying. You weren't to move.
anyway, yeah, he's living in Colorado right now. He's working in like forest conservation, something. He's making trails and cleaning up around in Colorado a little bit.
That's crazy.
And yeah, he's got a pretty cool work history, honestly. And you know, he graduated in Lubbock with an English degree and all this stuff. So he's really turning himself into just an interesting person.
He said he used to play for
He's
the.
a well-rounded guy.
He used to play
Yes.
for the church, right? Like that's how he like. I think that's what he said when he. That's how he started like learning, like getting into music.
We all had to sing in church.
Yeah, sing,
our
yeah.
mom led the music in our church growing up, and so we were there 3-4 times a week.
Dang.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of church.
I'm not gonna put your name in the title. I'm gonna put Stuart's brother.
Stuart's brother.
I'm just kidding.
Anyway, it's like a seasonal position, and when he's done up there, he wants to move somewhere where he can finally like really pursue his music. And so
I'm going wherever he goes.
exactly, like
Can we?
he's thinking about Nashville, and I'm thinking
Never
about
mind.
I'm thinking about going with him.
It's actually pretty dope.
We're talking about like Nashville, New York, something like that. But
New York's too expensive. Let's go to Nashville.
yeah,
Yeah, dude. He's gonna make it, without a doubt. Someone's gonna hear that dude. You're gonna hear his music in like movies, bro.
I need to like learn piano or something so I can just play with him and like help support him in that.
Imagine that
regard.
song. Fuck, I forget the name. It's the one I'm gonna play. But I was listening to it the other day, and I was like, dude, you could play this at like the end of like a Sons of Anarchy episode, where they put like the compilation of like everybody like the days. You know what I'm talking about? Like, have you ever watched that show? Like the way
A little bit.
the way the
Someone's
director
injured,
does it.
I watched the
Someone's
one with
driving
the
away.
compulsive
Someone's
masturbator.
injured, someone's driving away, someone's hugging their wife, someone's in the hospital. Like, it's just, it rounds off the episode, right?
Sure.
And I was legitimately like, dude, you could do that with that song. Like, you could put that
Yeah.
and edit something together, and it would be like heart jerking, because it has that one with the saxophone in it, or like
Oh,
with
okay.
the
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I know which one. I don't know the title of it either, but
Yeah.
I'm terrible with song titles in general.
I'll get it here in a minute, because I'll have it pulled up. Yeah.
That.
Yes.
But did you go to Bill Withers too?
What?
I was like, that's totally the break for just the two of us.
You and I.
I do like I 100% feel what you're talking about when you have nervousness for moving. Like even if you have all of your money set away, I moved to Georgetown right outside of Austin right before I turned 20.
Yeah.
Had jack
Bitch and
shit
moan.
to me.
The name of it's Bitch and Moan. I just found it.
Bitch and
Okay.
moan.
Yeah.
I did jack shit to me. Aside from, I had a buddy in Austin that said, "Hey, I will give you a couch, a shower, a ride. I'll help you find a job, and you save up money, and you can get your own place. I got you covered until you're set up."
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful fucking offer, but I was terrified of one, not having friends, and having to completely remake 20 years worth of friends.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing, and it seems really petty in hindsight because it was a growth for me, was I was the king of the poetry slam at the time, and I was the king of the open mic. I ran it like I was on top of my world, at least for those 2 nights out of the month.
Yeah.
And everybody knew me, and I knew that would ground me. And the second I went to Georgetown, I would have to go to Austin, which is a way bigger fishbowl. And just show up and be like, "Hi guys, I
that's a
compete."
scary thing, dude. Is like, think about
Exactly.
like
I
moving to
complete-
Austin, and then you
being
have to
the
do
fresh-faced comedian.
You're going to open mics now, and then what if you go to an open mic and you bomb? Like your first one there, you bomb the open mic, like no one gives a shit, and then everybody else crushes.
Exactly.
And you're like, dude, I made a mistake.
Like, if I want to headline a show right now, it takes me finding other people to go on before me, calling a venue, and I've got it done in less than an hour.
Yeah.
In Austin, I'm an open micer for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, or however long it takes me to find a little cut in with someone and get to the top of that food chain. That's a way taller food chain, and I was afraid of. But I've got a really cushy position here. Like I run this shit here. People look up to me. I'm gonna be bottom. I can't even drink old. Trying to go to open mics.
Yeah.
But however, I'm only better for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's an excuse. Me getting scared like that's an excuse.
It feels good to get there and show up and do exactly what you were doing in Amarillo and do well.
Well, see, I moved when I moved to
really
Denver.
Good, having someone from Austin.
It's because
I
had I had a coke problem and I was drinking too much and I was basically homeless. Right, my friend offered me a place to stay.
Yeah.
I was living in my mom's garage, so I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna go to Denver. Like, why wouldn't I? Like, I'll have a bed. Hell yeah, dude." And so that was like a no-brainer. Really, I was like, maybe I'll clean up too, which it got rid of my drug problem. I just kept drinking though. Like, it works so much better there. You know, it's just chugging beers, bro.
Just chugging beers.
Just chugging them PBIs. Yeah, dude. That was a scary thing. That's just packing up. I moved on a plane.
Yeah.
So I had my bag. I had my one bag.
That's it.
Just moved. Yeah. And then I had my mom send me my guitar like a month later.
Word.
That's awesome.
That's pretty much how I moved. I packed up like 2 trash bags worth of clothing.
Trash bags, man.
Yeah,
that's how I moved, dude.
The
That's how
lowest
And
point.
then like, I had a computer tower. I didn't even bring a monitor or keyboard or anything. I had my tower, and then I had a couple of totes full of books.
Man.
And my guitar, and that's it.
You're saying the lowest point is packing shit in a...
Well, the lowest point that I can remember in my life, like the lowest feeling, was
Trash bags.
I had just given up my apartment to live with a girlfriend at the time.
Is that coming to my house?
Possibly.
They passed. I
smelled
was like,
the-
that's getting loud as shit.
I was like, I don't smell smoke.
Anyway, I had been living with a girlfriend, and we broke up, and I had lost my job, and I'd given up my apartment to live with her. So now that we were breaking up, I had to move out of her place, and I didn't know where I was going to go, and I just had packed all my stuff in these garbage bags. And so I was just sitting there in her living room. She wasn't home at the time, you know, giving me time to get all my stuff out
Right.
without having to run into each other and stuff. And just sitting there with these black trash bags all around me, like this is
Dude.
all my stuff. And
That happened to me, man.
Totally.
Ugh.
You got like picture frames.
Dude,
poking
I
holes
live-
and shit.
yes,
Dude,
I've been there, boy.
I
I've
wasn't
been
even
there.
cool enough to have picture
God,
frames, dog.
the
I got
truth.
My girlfriend
Just
broke up with me.
books, a binder.
We lived with her grandmother, dude, and so I had to move out while the family was there. You feel me? Like the grandma, the granddad.
Like,
Yeah.
you're,
My
like, in the
girlfriend's still
house.
there. Yeah, they're like watching like the fucking NASCAR or whatever. You know, just like whatever.
Man.
And I'm carrying trash bags, and like the one
man.
thing I could do to make myself feel better was like all I had was like my clothes, a PS3, and that was it. And I was like, I'm taking the TV, and she was like, didn't even fight, like take it, like she just wanted me gone, bro. And so I thought that would work, you know, or something, you know, took it, walked, and then that was it, bro. I went over there like a couple weeks later or something like that to grab some more, like whatever I forgot. And already had a brand new TV. I was like, man, there's no way. You know what I mean? It was like, and I was in the garage, dude, and I sold all that to go to Colorado.
Yep.
Dang.
Dude, there's nothing quite like
Sold my car.
fuck a one night stand walk of shame.
Oh,
The moving out of a house you just lived in.
Yes.
That's a walk of shame.
Like suddenly, unexpectly having to move out.
Or,
Just
dude, coming home, like if I had, like, I think a movie pointed it out. Like, if the shit's scattered all over the yard, there's a chance you can get your girlfriend back. But if that shit's just stacked and, like, on hangers and it's just sitting outside,
She took time.
you're not getting in that house. You know what I mean? There's no way. Like, it's like that meme.
She thought about it, and then she did it.
And
It wasn't
she
just
thought about
some,
how much time it's going to take. It's like, be on your way.
Let's get him out here as quick as possible.
I saw a video. This guy, like, zooms in on this chick who's texting, and it just says, "Rest in peace, my guy," and it's like a fucking novel. And dude, she's just,
Oh, Jesus.
and he's like, you can't read it, but you're
I think
like,
I've seen
you
that.
know that's a breakup text, dog.
Yeah.
Like, it's It was savage. It was like an iPhone Plus, and it was all the way full. You know what I mean? It's
The iPhone Plus full.
yeah,
Man.
it's crazy.
I've thought about doing stand-up here in town before.
Do it,
I've
man.
never
I'm
never
glad.
taken that leap.
I'm glad that the scene is starting to kind of blow up a little bit. You know,
Yeah, it seems like it. I mean, it's always going on.
Matt
Every
put together
week, it
this free
seems.
show on Friday. Free show at not zombies. Tease Bar,
Is my birthday come out?
and it's his
Oh,
birthday.
nice. I was just there this past weekend.
Yeah, we're gonna have a comedy show. 6 comedians, free. What's your birthday?
July 13th.
That's when it is, and it's gonna be free. So come out. I don't know. I think it starts at 9.
And is that like an open mic?
No,
Or
it'd be-
it's just
It's
you
a
guys?
showcase.
And it's a dope. There's 6 of us. I know it's me, Matt. I think Nakia, Colin. I don't even remember. There's 6 fucking. I was stoked about it. I was like, when I read who was all
Yeah.
gonna be there, I was like, this is gonna be a great show. So I'm pretty
Awesome.
pumped about it. And then we're gonna start doing the third Wednesday at the 806 is gonna be nothing but comedy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we're gonna try to hype that one. We're gonna make a post and an
And is
event
that
and
open
share-
mic or is
open
that-
mic?
Okay.
So that's open mic for comedy. And on that note, this coming Wednesday, what would that be, like the 11th?
I don't know, man. It's just this Wednesday.
This coming Wednesday, we've got regular open mic at the 806. Sign up at 8:30.
Oops.
Show at 9.
Ye-
I'm sure the same will go for the comedy. Sign up at 8:30. Show at 9.
Yeah, imagine so, dude.
That
And
is the 11th.
Heck yeah! I can
you
do
should be
math.
you should be my young Jamie. That's what I need, someone to help me with everything while I like to look shit up while we talk, so we
Yeah.
don't just sound
That's
like
old
assholes.
Jamie though.
Yeah, you're older than me, dude. That's crazy. You look super young.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, dude, you're gonna be like 57, looking like you're 32.
Yeah. So either I'll be like a really good-looking old man or a really creepy-looking old man.
Yeah.
Guess we'll
Like you
find
look
out.
just like this at 75. And like it's like you have like that Andy Milonakis shit going on.
Oh, dude, I don't know if it was you or Jason. I was arguing with someone when they told me that Andy Milonakis was like 40 something.
Yeah.
And I
he-
told them, fuck off.
I think it was me.
like
He
40.
totally is.
Because I thought he was just some lucky guy or some lucky kid who got a show at like 13.
No, he was like 20. He was just 20, 25, some shit.
And I was
That's crazy, dude. Like, imagine living that guy's life though. But like, that little bit of fame, I think he kind of lost it because he's like full-time Twitches now.
well,
Is he really?
Like, we can probably find him on Twitch right now, and he'll just be like out at a restaurant. Like he like Twitches his life.
Damn.
I'm sure if he's with Twitch, I'm sure he's making some money off of it.
Oh yeah, but like,
Probably.
But
I mean, I would
uh,
do it.
So
You just don't hear anybody talk about it
imagine-
anymore.
Like this dude eats a lot of ramen. That's all you're gonna think if you watch my life.
imagine living his life without any of the fame or money. Because I'm sure he's not like bad. In
I'm sure he's not.
income money.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
I'm sure he's not
pretty well
broke.
off because he did. Wasn't he on the Man Show?
Yeah,
As
yeah,
the
but
kid.
he
And
was everywhere.
his own show.
He was
Yeah, yeah.
everywhere. I'm
Peas
like,
on my
you know,
head, but don't call me a peahead. Bruce Lee's on my head.
fucking
Don't call me a
hate
leadhead. Now
it.
please excuse me. I
I
got to get my tree fed. Yeah, dude.
What a great theme song.
It was amazing. He freestyles like you, Thomas.
Oh man, I'm significantly better. Significantly better. I'm not as cool as Jordan.
Have you
Significantly better
Have
than
you seen it?
Milonakis.
Have you seen Milonakis? He's like pussy, marijuana, wanna. Like every word is just pussy and marijuana. Have you seen that shit?
No.
Let's see if I can find it. I saw it on Facebook the other day.
I've seen his raps like at the end of the
I don't know how to
Waiting
spell marijuana.
movies.
That's what I just learned.
MARIJUANA.
There's a J. I'm just fucking kidding. Too.
It's like, come on, bro. Dyslexia doesn't take out letters.
Let's see.
30-year-old man who looks 10 makes hilarious rap.
Ooh, I had to catch that sponsor. That'd have been a loud one, dude. If I didn't mute that ad, it's like it's basketball. They're fucking yeah.
NBA.
Yo, 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 yo. I wrote a rap. I wrote a little rap song. I wrote
That's
a
a
little
dope beat,
rap
too.
song on my Blackberry. Yo.
He kinda looks like a
yo,
lesbian.
Yo, yo.
He does.
Pussy, 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 marijuana, wanna. Pussy, 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 marijuana. Pussy, 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 marijuana, wanna. Pussy, 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 marijuana. Pussy, 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 marijuana.
This is the song for the
I wanna
episode, yo.
smoke weed every day, and I'm gonna eat that pussy, period, comma, pause. But hold the applause. I want to mold and fold the laws. I'll be bold, unroll the goals. I want to touch your pee-pee hole. But in the other hand, watch me roll. Don't gotta watch, but watch my flow. Don't gotta clock, but clock them hoes. Don't ever sleep, can't watch me dough.
He was kind of early to the white people loving rap game.
Now I'm back now, rolling in the lack now.
I mean, nowadays everybody fucking listens to
What's
it.
crazy though is like how many views does that have?
63,000.
And it's like there's more than it's just amazing rap. I don't know if that's the one he posted or not. What's crazy is if I showed up to the open mic, no one's ever heard that song before, and I do that. I'm walking off to a silent crowd.
Absolutely. The only reason he can do that is because he's an established figure.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Or
dude. Like you don't have to
because
be
he's
good if
doing-
you're famous. You can just
or-
be famous.
If
Yeah.
you don't
You're
know
good.
who he is, he's doing it under the anonymity of being online. Like,
Right.
what are you going to do? Leave a mean comment and a thumbs down?
Yeah.
If you're on stage and
That's
you
a
try
good-
and drop that?
That's a good point.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like,
It only has
it's-
70 thumbs downs to its 1.1 ups.
Nice.
He's crushing the game, kid.
crushing the game.
Oh man, so we're around an hour, man. You guys want to call it? I'm
Sure.
gonna play some Stewart. Sorry, we kept interrupting you the whole time. Dude.
No, you're good. Fuck. Make it about y'all. Whatever.
That's the attitude you should have this whole time.
I want to thank you guys for coming on the podcast, man.
Thanks for
Do you have
having
anything
me.
you want to plug?
Just go check out my art and stuff on Instagram at Ren Malone. RenMalone.
Dope. Make sure to follow Yellow City Comedy, man. You guys have a good one.
Sweet hand, this sort of your guy.